I'm going to go ahead and get started, okay? So thank you so much for being here with us today. It is really an exciting time to kind of be discussing today's topic, which is paid traffic on social media. I definitely want to be able to share some gems with you all today, and I hope that you brought some questions. I received a couple of questions via email as well earlier today with regards to the topic, and we had I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Facebook ads or Instagram ads, but I'll start you guys off at a very entry level type of conversation, and then we can move on to kind of dive a little bit deeper into, Facebook and Instagram ads. All right. So as you guys know, we are a social media agency based out of Houston. We have been, we're almost 6 years old in June. So we'll be coming up on that really soon. And that is a great, great honor. And really excited about the future of social behavior in the agency. There's been a lot of, we're on the other side of, I guess, small businesses that have been affected by the crisis, and there's been a lot of interest lately in social media and a lot of awareness and attention to how a social media agency works and how we work with businesses, etc. And so it's been an interesting time for us because we've been answering a lot of questions, which is the reason why we decided to host this panel, this Q&A seminar discussion, to just kind of bring a range of topics that we can discuss that cover a lot of what we do in little micro series, and thus by educating you guys and bringing you as much value and information as possible. All right. So with the agency, comes the recognition of being a Facebook agency partner, and we are recognized by Facebook as an agency. We had a really awesome call with Facebook today. We're in contact with our Facebook representative. Of course, we have someone that we talk to at Facebook, and they're really risen to the occasion with all of what they're doing. Mark Zuckerberg doing like a live Q&A with Dr. Fauci, and all of the products that they're launching, the meeting rooms, all of the programs that Facebook is launching to kind of bring us together in this crisis. And I do want to add that a lot of people focus on Instagram and TikTok and Snapchat, and those are all amazing platforms. But I do want to let you know that Facebook is the most widely used social media platform in the world. So a lot of people move on and forget it, and they just want to focus on Instagram. But there is a really, Facebook has a very, very organized, sophisticated shopping system for paid traffic, and they are the most widely used social media platform that is out there today. So we're huge advocates of Facebook, and of course they own Instagram. So once you start an ad on Facebook, you can also copy it over to Instagram. But I just want to, I've already got some questions that are coming in that are regarding minimum spend and minimum spend to see good results, and do realtors use Facebook and IG ads? And of course, okay, these are all good questions. So with that being said, I just kind of went over, us as an agency, how we work with Facebook to run our ads. And, I told you guys that we just had a call with them today, and we're always digging a little deeper, please stop. Getting, the questions coming in are very funny. Diving a little bit deeper, and of course, always grooming our knowledge and continuing to learn on social media, and continuing our processes and knowledge bank, so that we can continue to bring you guys awesome ads. So one of the things I will tell you this, for some of our restaurant and hotel accounts that were affected by the crisis, obviously them shutting down, or maybe them saying, Karen, what are we going to do? We can't afford to pay you. Should we be posting every day? One of the things that we did to kind of mitigate damage, and also continue to serve them was we told them, instead of us creating a different post every single day. It's something that we did for the Grid in Stafford and for some of our other restaurant accounts, was we kept their ads live. We actually took over any unspent budget that they had with us and dumped it all in ads, because we knew that that was going to keep them highly visible and healthy. And, you know, yes, content is great, and creating content and engagement are really essential to your social media performance overall. But having those ads running, you know, throughout the whole month, that, hey, we're open, we're on Uber Eats, we're on Favor, we're on Grubhub, that was really important for them. And so as a result, we have not seen the fallout of the sales decrease that some other restaurants have. And as a matter of fact, one of our restaurant accounts had record-breaking sales this past weekend, and a lot of that is contributed to their ads and the influencer campaigns that we've been running with them. So I do have an important topic that I'm going to cover next Monday, which is the influencer community. And I do have two big influencer guests that are going to be joining me. One of them is Hangry Houstonian Danielle Dubois, who is a really popular food blogger, and she's going to be joining me next Monday to talk about how the success of our small business and restaurant communities really has been leveraged with the support of the influencers in these trying times. All right. So with that being said, I covered on three things just now: content, engagement, and ads. And content is the piece, the visual, the graphic, the video, the caption that you put up. Okay. That is what is attached to any post. Doesn't mean ad. We're just talking about content for now, all right? We're talking about something that we posted on any of your social media platforms. And there's engagement, which is, so engagement is how your social media platforms are performing. So I'm talking about the three main pillars of social media: content, engagement, and the third one is ads. And so ads is an aggregator of how we performed, an aggregator of how we're going to perform with the assistance of paid traffic. All right, so let me pull up a screen share for you and just show you guys what I'm talking about. So content, engagement, and ads are the three main pillars of social media. It is what we cover. So in today's session, we're going to be talking just about the ads. All right, so the ad is obviously creating a paid traffic system to a desired demographic, geo area, behavior-based targeting, and you can even get specific and target people for conversions to create sales. If you've ever, there's a lot of moving parts to these traffic campaigns, but if you've ever been on a website and like Victoria's Secret, for example, or Nike, and you leave and you now turn around, leave the platform, and automatically get retargeted. Hey, you left something in your cart. That is a retargeting technology. That is something that they have implemented, and they've got that built into their ad campaign, and that's why they're able to retarget you directly onto your phone. Okay, so ad strategy is so there's so many variables, there's so many things that you can do with them. And I'm going to go ahead and answer some questions that are already coming into our chat. You can answer them in the Q&A. I've got it open. So go ahead and type in any questions there. And then I'm going to start answering some questions that have come into the chat. So is there a minimum spend to see good results? So a long time ago, that's the question. Is there a minimum spend to see good results? A long time ago, it used to be kind of, I guess, before Facebook ads were really developed, the small business owner, it was very common for them to practice a boost of $5 per day. They would say, post something, post your food, and then boost, and then go $5 a day. Now, the problem that you get into with that is that you're not practicing organic engagement. And all you're doing is you're teaching Facebook that you're just going to pay for your ads every day. So you're just going to hit boost, hit $5, and start running your ad campaign. That may, or that only works for as long as you're willing to pay for it. So we believe that you should have an ad campaign geared towards your sales goals that is actually going to perform a lot better than just doing a boost. Now, what we see on our back end is called a business advertising dashboard panel, because we've set up a business ad account. And if you are a small business and you do have a Facebook page, you should already have set up your business ad account, because that is going to give you all of these variables that I'm talking about: retargeting, finding buyers, sending people directly to your website, using those cool features like see offer, learn more, sign up, call now, all of those things. You know, RSVP for this event. We're using a lot of those right now. All right, so is there a minimum to see good results? If you are going to go that route of setting up a daily budget, we believe that you should spend a minimum of $10 a day on any campaign that you're running, just to see substantial results. Beautiful thing that happens when you spend $10 a day is it makes you more competitive than other people spending $1 a day, $5 a day, etc. But the Facebook learning system has quite a bit of time to learn how to make those $10 go real far. And if they're performing well, you could always increase the budget of that particular campaign, all right? Just because you hit boost and you go $10 a day doesn't mean that it's always gonna perform well, but in some cases when it does, you wanna just continuously increase that budget, all right? Now, typically when you hit boost on your Facebook page, I can just go ahead and pull up a window here for you. That is only going to give you limited, let me pull up the Facebook page here, going to give you limited results. And so you want to be mindful of that as you start your ad campaign. We recommend that you go through here, and let me just share kind of my ad manager here, my backend panel. All right. Next question is, do realtors use Facebook and IG ads? So yes, the answer is, you know, obviously realtors and Instagram users. Paula, let me see if you can see my screen here. I'm trying to open up my dashboard here. Now, what I'm talking about is when you say boost, look at this, guys. We've been running a couple of campaigns here on the social behavior page. All right, perfect. And so just this week alone, organically, I've reached 18,000 people. Even though 924 people like our page, I've been able to reach 18,000 people. Okay, that is organically. Now let me show you what I've got on my organic, on my paid traffic. It's kind of gonna blow your mind because I looked at this earlier, but we've reached, well, just last week alone, or this month alone, 43,000 impressions, and I've reached 26,000 unique Facebook users with $177,000, but they've actually done something. People have been registering for this webinar through these efforts. And so this is kind of what I look at when I start to measure the results, okay? But I wanted to show you, kind of bring you into the ad manager to understand what I'm talking about. So the question, going back to the question is, and then also I looked at our ad report. We actually had a much greater reach with the combined paid and the combined organic efforts on Facebook and Instagram. It was a ridiculous number. So, oh, $177, yeah. All right, is there a minimum spend to see good results? Like I said, $10 a day minimum is what we recommend. Do realtors use Facebook and Instagram ads? Yes, they do. The real estate, the realtor and Instagram, when they use Facebook and Instagram to advertise, that inventory changes so quickly. So I always tell, realtors to, once they have a house or something on the market or an apartment that they want to list, to go ahead and right away put that into their little funnel. Like, put it into a advertising funnel. So what do I do with it? Do I have a checklist of a video post? How many times am I going to post it? Should I just feature do an amenities only post? And those are really good little checklists that you can build off and start your ad right away until you start to generate sales and traffic. And you want to test an ad for about 5 days. Once you have 5 days of ad testing and it's performing well, you can make some tweaks and changes, maybe do a split ad test campaign. Once you start that process, then you know how your house is going to perform. You might get familiar with the behaviors. You can definitely advertise in a small area like just the zip code. And once you have all of those check marks in place, boom, you can just have a little protocol in place for any time you have a new house or apartment or listing, that just hit the market. So I highly recommend that you make a marketing checklist for it. Okay, can I advertise commercial building leases for sales? Now, I will tell you this, with the real estate category, there is a housing disclaimer that you will have to check off on Facebook. We've kind of hit a wall with this from time to time, just because if you are advertising in a special category, it will make you check that off, and you have to go through some prompts where you're going to be asked if you are going to, not discriminate, etc. So we've hit this wall a couple of times, and we've had to find loopholes and stuff like that. So you want to make sure that you've got that bypass so that you don't come across any blocks whenever you advertise for a real estate account. All right. Now, and are clicks better than impressions is another question. So here, like I was showing you, I've got a social hour. This is for our event this coming Thursday. The campaign just started running. I've got 58 link clicks. It's costing me 86 cents per click. That is a little bit high, but look, I'm getting people to come and learn about my event. I am creating awareness for it, and I just want my clicks to be under $1. I'm willing to pay under $1. However, we have seen recently insane amount of results. Very, very low cost clicks like this one, 6 cents per click, 6 cents per click. Those are great. And those are the clicks that are coming to this webinar. So that's actually something that I want to continue to reboot. I'm going to actually open these up again and add more money to them in just a bit, because this is amazing. I'm not going to get 6 cents a click in one campaign that we're running. Paola, maybe you can tell us how we're performing on that one, but the campaign for the playlist where we're getting 2 cents a click. So that's insane. If you want to just tell us in the chat, like how many clicks we have on there. And I know we've spent $500 a month on that, and that's just been amazing results from Facebook. So are clicks better than impressions? The answer is, what are you measuring? So for me, I'm measuring awareness, and I'm measuring clicks, and I'm measuring impressions. So if I've reached 14,000 people since Friday, and I've spent, $50, but I've let them know about my event, I know I already have over 50 registered clicks. So these are converting. And that's really what I care about when it comes to this particular campaign, but other campaigns will be different. In some campaigns, I'm only measuring buys. And so I want people to be buying my product or be buying, completing a transaction, which is a conversion campaign. And that I might be paying $5 per conversion, but a user bought a $50 product from me. So the cost of acquisition was $5, and that is worth it to me for that particular campaign. And all of this we work out with our customers. We figure out, is this a good amount that we want to stay within? We figure all of those things before we start working together. Okay. So, this is a great question. And yeah, okay, here we have the results from that campaign that Paola just sent in. So it was a 2 cent link click with a total of 24,000 link clicks since April 1st. So that's since April 1st. So that's 30 days, almost 30 days, 24,000 link clicks at 2 cents a click. So I think that that's totally worth it for what we were trying to accomplish with this particular campaign. Now, we just had a really good question come in, and it is a large amount of my customers only speak Spanish. So should I do 2 different ad sets, one in English and one in Spanish, or can I combine both languages in one post? Oh, I'm so glad you asked that. Let me bring you to one of our accounts where we have a dual language ads. We have one in Spanish, one in English, because this is a storage unit in South Houston. And we are running ads that say, are you decluttering your home during the COVID crisis, or during this downtime? Now, your ad will get blocked if you use the word COVID-19, and I think that there's some words that will not run. So that's why we haven't been, I've seen some come through, but they're using the word pandemic, or they're using virus, so they're getting through the system. But Facebook will actually scan your ads, will scan your visuals, and will scan your caption before it actually, through their automated system, before it actually goes through the approval queue. But anyway, this is a campaign that we just do $300 a month on. It is for that storage unit. It's a very densely Latino populated community. And so we've got a Spanish call now, because we know that it's much easier to reach people with a call now button when they're in the immediate area. So if we know that they're within a 5-mile range, we're targeting them here with the Spanish, and we've got the same ad in English, but we've got them to send a message here where we want them to click the send message button. And we've actually gotten, like I said, for this call now, it costs us $2.22 to get the return on a call now button, but it costs us a penny for somebody to see these posts and to send us a message. So this is just a campaign that we're running. It's healthy. We've been running it since January, March, April. We just run it every month. And the Spanish ad, there is a setting in here where the Spanish ad is only going to people that are using Facebook in Spanish. And of course, we wrote the ad in Spanish. So yeah, let me know if you guys have any other questions. I'm happy to kind of jump in and show you a little bit more of this back end, but I'd love to know what kind of questions you have with regard to the ads themselves on Facebook. Now, while I'm waiting for your questions, I will let you know that one of the questions was, can you do a zip code only? And yes, you can do zip code, regions. You can get very specific on your targeting. We have an ad for a gas station called Fuel Up, where they have 8 Houston locations. So we have one ad campaign going to their 8 different pockets within 5 miles of their, I'm sorry, how many miles is it, Paula, that we're doing for Fuel Up? I think it's, let me see. But anyway, we've got one ad campaign, and we're reaching people in 8 different locations, because this is my ad campaign here, but these are all my different little ads that I can associate with one single campaign. Okay. And another question from Steve is, yeah, can I advertise in a small area, zip code only? Yes, you can. So you can do zip codes, you can find a radius of an area, and we can find, here we go, we've got their address plus 7 miles here. We're only reaching people that are between 21 to 55. We've got the language Spanish set up here so that they're getting our ad delivered in Spanish. We've got their behavior-based targeting. So a little bit of social media, social behavior trivia is our name comes from the fusion of social media and consumer behavior. If you know how your consumer behaves and you have a social media strategy, you can build a campaign to reach them. So that's where the name social behavior comes from. And so these are behavior-based targeting metrics, all right? And so I've got here some kind of cool settings that I'll just walk you through. I'm doing this behavior-based targeting campaign. I've actually put the time that the business is open. So, you know, they leave work at 4. So why would I want calls to come in after 4? I've set a time block on how late the calls can run. And then I've also put a frequency cap, because a lot of times you get the same ad over and over and over again. And I just wish these people set a frequency cap on their ad, because if you're trying to do that, great. If you're trying to get somebody to see ads every single day, fine, but you will pay for that impression. So with this, we just want to hit them every single day. But if I want to hit them every 3 days, I can also, you know, edit this piece of it. All right, I've got some questions in the Q&A box. Let me hop over to that. For how many days should I run an ad before seeing the results? All right, I'm going to answer this question live. This is for Jonathan. The ad itself goes through a learning phase that takes between 0 to 72 hours, okay? On day 4, your ad will not say learning anymore. If I go and create an ad right now, it will enter the learning queue, and the status of my ad will say learning, because it is going to start to travel within the Facebook ad backend, and it's going to see how it's going to perform well. It's going to travel through the Facebook ad algorithm, if you will. And then it's going to take about 72 hours to find its place and say, this is where we're going to do well. This is where we're going to give the customer the best results for the least amount of money. That's what Facebook wants to do with this ad. And so then it's going to take shape. Now, I will give you a little bit of a hack, but you have to kind of be a little bit ready to go all in with this type of campaign. But this is something that I do when I need almost immediate results. Is I know I'm going to have $100 to spend in 7 days for a client on an ad. I actually will do an ad for $100, and I'll set a timer of 24 hours. Now, the reason why is because Facebook is going to start to learn faster, because now it's telling its system, we only have 24 hours to run this ad before this $100 expires. So we're going to work overtime for this customer. But if I had put 7 days, I'd still be in the wait queue 2 days later. So this is how I hack the system. And now as soon as I see that my ad is learning and spending, then I actually will go in and change the date. So you just have to be careful with that, because you do have to set kind of reminders, and no, you're not going to hear this anywhere else. I'm literally giving you a little bit of a hack trick that we do sometimes for certain clients. And this is just kind of like how we can cheat the system. But if you do want things to run their course normally, you want to give it a 3-day cycle to learn and a 5-day cycle to really see the response and determine if you want to double down on that or if you want to tweak it at all. All right. So that's the answer to that question. Hope that was helpful. Now, Kathy, have you had any brokers successful with advertising to recruit agents? All right. So this is a great one, because real estate brokers, they rely on real estate agents to build their network of realtors, right? And so in this case, you want to advertise and you want to say, hey, I'm a broker, join my team. And I think that in this case, because I know with your concept, brokerology, it's a very, very unique, brokerage concept. And I think that you want to just kind of introduce yourself with a headshot or a picture or a video and just say, I'm the founder of brokerology and I'm looking for real estate agents to join my team, and see how that works by just prompting them to send you a message, maybe put a send message button, or get them to a link to learn more and book an appointment or a call with you, because I think what you offer is so awesome, and you want to prompt those conversations. Now, when you go to create your ad here, when you start to build your audience, and I'm just going to show you where you would do that in your dashboard. I'm gonna not save the changes to this ad. You can actually find realtors that have that job title, and within this realtor that have the job title, it's 293,000 people here. It's maybe people that are just real estate like behaviors, real estate brokers. Maybe they have an interest in real estate. Maybe they have an interest in realtor.com. Maybe they work at a different brokerage. So you can actually get really specific, and there's no limit on all of these behaviors that you can choose. You can choose as many as you find, but I think that you won't, I have not seen this done before myself, other than realtors just going on their social media saying, hey, join my team, but I haven't had an ad come across my Facebook for it. But I definitely think it would perform well, and just give them a little bit of a tidbit, like, hey, I'm the founder of Brokerology, I want you to join my agency, and give them something, that value added proposition, what's going to make them say, oh my God, I got to do this. I'm going to click. And so get them to send you a message, or get them to click learn more. I hope I've answered that question for you. Let me know if you need anything else. Okay, now Corky, a question. Do you have time to dive into the metrics a bit? Maybe a touch on split ad testing? Yes, of course. So let me walk you through a split ad test that we're doing with a new client. Anytime that we work with a new client, we go through a learning process. And this is actually a boutique wine retailer here in Houston that does wine delivery locally. And they've got, I'm switching over, they've got a Mother's Day special with a 3-bottle of wine set for $59, and they deliver this wine within the Houston area, Austin, or Dallas. Those are their active markets. So because this is a new account, what we're actually doing with them is we're doing a testing, and before we dive all in, before we give a campaign all of our ad spend, we go through this 3 audience test. And this is just internally, this might bother me. We just set this campaign up today. So basically what I'm doing is I'm doing 3 different campaigns to see how these 3 are going to perform. And the reason why is because I don't have a week. Mother's Day is around the corner. So I don't have a week to learn if something is going to perform well or not. So I've actually just created 3 different ad sets here with 3 different audiences. One is the audience that shops on their website, and an audience that looks like that. The second one is an audience that already performed well before and bought some other products from them in the past. So I just brought that audience over to this campaign. And then the third one is a lookalike audience, which is basically what I'm going to do is I've got a Facebook pixel installed, and my Facebook pixel tells me how many people are visiting my website. This client organically had 3,000 website visits in the last week. And so we were able to grab that audience. You need a sample of at least 1,000 people in order for Facebook to say, you've got 3,000 people here. We're going to go match those 3,000 people with people that do the exact same thing. So now Facebook is doing the work for us and helping us find an audience that looks just like my buyer or my website visitor. So this is all good stuff. And this is a 1% lookalike audience, which means that the detail in the targeting is so precise that they're matching the behaviors to be like almost exactly alike. Whereas with this one, I've got a 3% lookalike, which may or may not vary, but I might still be able to capture an audience there. And so this is a learning process. We just onboarded this client on Friday to promote the Mother's Day trio. We've got the Shop Now button embedded to their online store, and we will test this. This will actually run till Saturday, and on Saturday we'll know how these campaigns are performing and give us the best possible results there. All right. So did I answer that question for you? I hope I did. And if you have any more questions, let me know. I will post this up on our YouTube channel after today's session. But if you want to, again, ask me anything about social media ads during this time, we've designed this series to bring awareness to what we do and how social media works in general. And I did have a question that was emailed to me, so I just want to answer that real quick. Yeah, so another realtor. As a realtor, what kind of content or stories should I publish where I don't come off, yeah, he said, annoying, superficial, or repetitive? And this was from a realtor in Miami. And we talked about this on the webinar session number 1. You just want to sound really empathetic. You want to sound like you are definitely available. You want to extend a message of comfort and sympathy and empathy in these times. And that's really what we've seen come across from all of these marketing campaigns that have stepped up and are doing, you know, their advertising on the traditional media channels, all the commercials that I've seen from Frito-Lay, Buick, all of the car companies that are, they're not selling you a product. They're not saying, hey, buy, buy, buy. They're saying, this sucks, but I'm still working. And if you need me, I'm here. And that's actually the message that you should be trying to convey. All right. And I've got another question. It says, in a restaurant bar, do companies rely 100% social media on ads, not so much radio or print, or is there a perfect ratio? So we believe that in the restaurant bar community, they really do rely almost 90% on social media, but I definitely want to bring awareness to PR, because PR is not something that we do. A lot of people confuse us with a PR agency, but we're actually a really good complement to a PR agency. So restaurants and bars traditionally work with a social media agency and a PR representative, publicist, to help them get into the media, get into the news, get them all of the coverage that they need, and then social media echoes all of that. So you just want to have that, I think, PR component, especially if you are just kind of coming out as a new business during this time. You have something to offer that's unique. The news will always have a very broad reach, that if you just want to have a blanket broad reach, that's when you go to media and news, because you're not going to get, you know, specific on your audience. But if you have something for everyone, I definitely think that you should have kind of that balance ratio of, you know, maybe radio, maybe news, maybe PR, and then of course social media echoes all of that. Did you see us on KHOU? Did you see us on this news outlet? Or thank you to Eric Sandler for writing about my restaurant. Those are the kind of impact that social media makes, is it echoes the media coverage that you're getting. So definitely recommend a nice, well-balanced combination of those efforts. All right, so let me stop my screen share, and I've actually don't have any more open questions, so I am going to just touch on 2 more things that are advertising related. We do ads on Facebook. They cross over onto Instagram, of course. And we also do ads on LinkedIn, and we do them on Yelp as well. So if your business gets a lot of traffic from Yelp, then that might be a great platform to drive traffic in from, and the people that are shopping for a service or a restaurant, they're making their decision from 2 places, and that is like they need a final confirmation as to where they're going or who they're hiring, and they get that from either Yelp or Google. So if you already get a lot of traffic or visibility, or you see how many people have viewed your website and stuff on Yelp, maybe it might be worth it for you to consider advertising on that platform. And again, if you are a professional on LinkedIn that is very active on there, or you want to tap into a network of professionals that lives on LinkedIn, I talked about this in my LinkedIn class a couple of weeks ago. We can actually do on LinkedIn, the targeting is a little bit different, but you can actually target people by how long they've been at their title, what their title is, where they work at, what their industry is, what their work experience is. So it can be very detailed, and it might be something to consider if you are looking to do some ads in that platform, okay? And so with that, I'm gonna go ahead and close out today's chat. I do wanna let you guys know that this Thursday at 4 p.m., I'll see you this Wednesday at 4 p.m. for our second social hour, for our second social skills series of the week. But let me tell you guys about Thursday at 4 p.m. We will have a social hour, which is where we bring you hot, trendy topics on social media. And we're going to talk about, just touch on those, you know, important kind of breaking news type of developing topics that we talk about on social media. And then we're going to do a live giveaway. So we're going to be giving away food from Gyro Republic, from Chicken Cone. We're going to be giving a blowout from Bella Renova. We're going to be giving out facials. And I did this for my birthday on Instagram Live. And I actually had so many people kind of trying to win, and it was so exciting and high energy. So we're going to do this again, and we're going to do it real fast. So go to our Instagram, Social Behavior, follow all the people that are in our tagged in our post, because we did kind of like a slide through where you can see all of the people that we're going to be giving away, because this contest is going to be interactive and live. So we want to make sure that you're following them, and we're just going to be picking random winners. So join us on Thursday at 4 p.m. for our social hour. We'll try and keep it as short and sweet as possible, but it'll be kind of like an exciting live game. So just be sure that you're already following those accounts so we can play along on that. And then I hope to see you at the same time on Wednesday, where we're going to be doing another of the social skills series, and I've added more topics to my my upcoming schedule here on Zoom. And this Wednesday we're going to be talking about Instagram stories, tips and tricks. So I already did this campaign back when we first started, but I wasn't talking to a lot of you then, and I didn't record it. I want to show you guys a lot of these stories, tips and tricks. There's some stories right now that are going viral on Instagram that are getting over 200,000 views, and so I want to kind of show you how you can kind of hack the system and tap into those. All right, so 4 p.m. Wednesday, I'll see you here, and again Thursday at 4 p.m. Thank you so much for attending the social skills, and I hope to see you guys soon.